Hey, how's it going? Checking in today, and it's Good Friday, and I've been more or less off today. I've not really done any work, but I have spent a little bit of time this morning, a couple of hours in fact, doing some planning. Something I sort of have an attempt at doing every, well, at least once a year, but try and do it a couple of times between sort of January and December as well. Kind of thought, well, you know what, it's into the second quarter of the year, and I want to really I feel more organised this year, more organised than I've ever felt before. I feel like I've got a lot more momentum. I've got a lot more things that are working. Still plenty of things that aren't, but more things that are. And I feel like I've got more systems in place now, which is also good. But I'm also very conscious of the fact that I've got these vague goals and I need to get a little bit more clear. Like if I want to achieve those things, like where would I be happy to get to by the end of the next quarter? So by the end of June. April, May, June, yeah, that's right. Where do I want to be by the end of June? So if I want to be there by the end of June, where do I want to be by the end of May or June? And where do I want to be by the end of April? So I've written down three things, not just the three goals, but I've written down what the goals are, and they're all like stepping stone goals. None of them are the kind of major things. They're all measurable things, like have I done this? Have I achieved that? Have I, managed to get that done? But I've also written down the plan, like how am I going to get there? So these are the process goals. This is basically my goal setting system. This is what I do. I've talked about this in a podcast recently as well. What are the things that I'm going to do? I've been writing up this morning? What are the habits that I've got that aren't working? What do I need to change effectively? What do I need to do differently in order to achieve the goals that I've set myself? Now, one of the things is to get back onto writing the book. And I know that one of the things I need to do is to plan significant chunks of time into my daily schedule to get the book written, or at least to be planning the book. That's absolutely essential, because without that, it's never going to happen. So it comes down to scheduling and planning. So I've got the goals, I've got the plan, and then I've also got the assumptions. What assumptions am I making? And this is also a key thing, because I can have my plan and I can say, well, if I do these things, I'm going to get there. But I need to know, take the podcast, for example, like I'm assuming that doing the podcast is going to have an impact on the speaking goals. There's a reason for doing it. It's not just because I want lots of listeners, and there's a commercial reason for doing it, and there's a personal reason for doing it, but that's based upon assumptions. So I've written up all of those assumptions as well, because then if I'm putting the plan into action and it's not working in terms of getting me to where I want to be over a decent period of time, then I need to be able to look at that and say, well, okay, are any of these assumptions off? Do I need to change or update some of those assumptions? And so I've been trying to be really clear with those as well. So I've got plan, I've got the goals, I've got the plan, I've got the assumptions. There's still a bit of work to do on it, but I feel like I made a good start today. I've got a good number of specific goals to be working towards this month, which is basically broken down into a number of specific tasks, habits, systems that need to be created, that, if my assumptions are correct, should get me to where I want to be. But I can't know for sure, so I have to keep my eye on all of this as we go forward. But yeah, I feel like I've had a nice day off today, Good Friday, but I've also managed to get a little bit of thinky, planny, creative stuff done as well. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and check back in again tomorrow for another daily update. Bye for now.